welcome to Mind class. Today we're going to go through a whole lot of stretching and work on the floor. So we're actually going to start seated on the floor today. If you want to just grab a mat, sit down, legs crossed, legs out, whatever ends up working out best for you. Water, I don't think you're going to need a sweat towel today. And today's word is pretty appropriate for a stretch day. I am peaceful. If I can warm up my voice here, I feel tranquil and quiet in body and mind. So we're going to go ahead and begin. Like I said, just a mat. If you would like something soft for your knees, grab that. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and begin here on our bottoms. Okay. I am playing some soft music in the background, but if you would like to play some music, put that on as well. All right, let's see what our bodies can do today, stretching out. Seated on both sit bones, let's inhale up. And exhale. Hands can just place gently either on the floor or your thighs. We're going to go ear to the shoulder. Drop your chin to your chest and roll forward. Taking it to the other side. Oh, this feels amazing today. And come back to neutral. Ear to the shoulder. Circle down and around to the chest, ear to shoulder, and back up. Okay, so let's just go side to side at your own pace here. Nice and slow though. Nothing too quick. And one more. We're going to go through everything again, so if you feel like I needed more of this exact stretch, don't worry, we're going to do it again. All right, inhale up. Hands come behind your head, open up your elbows. Reach up overhead, release, hands behind the back, open up your elbows again. You're going to want to draw your elbows back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And when you're ready, flow through that. Alright, next up we're going to go ahead and take elbows right at shoulder height, like your handlebars right here. Come center and then down. Take it in reverse, back to center and up. Try not to shrug our shoulders or force any movement here. This is just rotation through our shoulder joint. Slow and fluid. All right, and then go ahead, take your feet out wide, heels down, bend your knees, toes up, and we're going to shift body weight back and forth, side to side, maybe a little forwards and backwards, and just rotate your hands in different directions here so that we're opening up the chest, the shoulders, which then leads to opening up the biceps as well. A little bit of the triceps warming up here. Bring your chest proud. Lots of things that we can do here in this stance, working through our wrist mobility, our forearms, our shoulders, and all the joints. Just kind of wiggle around with it a little bit and move your hands around. Let's head into the legs. We've got our 90-90. One knee to the floor, and then switch your other inside of your knee to the floor. So I do want you to allow enough room between your legs to lower them down. This is supported if you feel like lifting up your hands and working a little bit more on balance. You can do that. Go ahead and take one leg forward, one leg back. Support yourself on the ground. Opposite arm's going to come out to the side and we're going to hinge forward, supporting ourselves. Belly to the thigh, chest towards the calf. You can hold it or you can lift and lower and reset yourself. It's up to you. Feel your hip opening, tightness in your outer thigh and your glute. Release little by little. Come on up and switch feet, switch legs. Hand on the ground, opposite hands out to the side, lean forward. Back to our starting position. Cross your legs. Straighten out your legs. Neck circles, ear to shoulder, chin to chest. Back to neutral and put in reverse. I feel all sorts of crackle pops. The neck is trying to put itself back into place. And inhale up. Hands behind your head, open up your chest, elbows back. When you're ready, release, lower, hands behind your back, elbows pull back. And when you're ready, repeat that all again. Back to our handlebar grip. Up, center, down. Try to pull the shoulders down and away from the ears, because as soon as you move in one direction, you might start trying to creep yourself. For me, it's right here. Try to keep that neck long. Hands release behind you. Sit up tall. Push your chest up. You can go ahead and walk your feet out a little bit. And then shift from side to side. Turn your hands in a different direction and then do the wiggle again. Feel forearms and wrists. If something doesn't feel comfortable, switch it. One fingertips all the way behind. Proud chest. And a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, drop your knee to the ground, 90-90. And when you're ready, switch sides so you can hold, or you can just keep swiveling. I forgot to tell you to start your watches on your book. I forgot to start my watch on your book. Starting at a different time slot today. It's a little different. All right, get one leg in front of you, one leg behind you. Opposite arm out to the side, lean forward. Justine,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
I don't want to go.
I love you.
Bye.
One kid off to school. Usually why we don't start class is 'cause I'm still getting kids off to school until 9 o'clock. And let's switch legs. So I just held that time, I didn't go up and down, and that felt just fine to me. You make the choice for yourself to lift and lower, just to hold. This is our second time through, so hopefully this feels a little bit better than the first one. You're a little bit looser, you can get a little bit deeper, and you're starting to feel that release in the tight muscles. We will go ahead and stay here for a few more seconds. And rise up. Coming to all fours next. We're gonna work on the back a little bit, okay? So starting in all fours, hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingertips wide, knees underneath your hips. You're about hip width apart. Toes directly behind the knees, tailbones lifted. Neutral kind of position here. Let's tuck our chin, round out our spines, tuck our tailbones, and do a cat-cow. Push the ground away from you. Hollow out your center. Slowly release, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. And flow through this. Arms are straight, you're pushing the floor away. Even when your chin is lifted, you're pushing the floor away, keeping your collarbone broad. Okay, we're not sinking into ourselves. All right, switching back a little bit on your knuckle. We're gonna go bow and arrow. Hey, buddy. Hi. So we're gonna open and close. We're gonna watch and look in the direction of which we're pulling. Staying on the same side, thank you for the kisses. Open. Butt is shifted back towards your heels. You don't want to lay your bottom on your heels, but you're shifted back. You can curl your toes under, or you can leave the tops of your feet on the floor. And one more on this side. Let's go ahead and anchor ourselves in the center. So I like just doing a fist, thumb out on the ground. That helps me. If you want to put a flat hand down, that's fine too. And then we're going other arm. Nice and slow, follow the rotation. Good. I think it's National Pet Day, so he had to make his debut. Came up in my memories last year. Was National Pet Day on this day? So I'm gonna guess it probably is. I don't know. All the fun national days that somebody makes up. We used to call those Hallmark holidays, now we're just national days. All right, let's go ahead and take toes together, knees wide, shift back in child's pose. We're threading through, so take one arm through, lay your shoulder down, lay your head down, and the top arm reaches out ahead of you. Stay here, I'll tell you when to switch sides. Come up and switch sides, other arm threads through, all the way through. Shoulder down, head down, top arm reaching out. Coming to child's pose here. We're doing a spinal roll, so if you were in class last week, you did this. If you haven't done this for a while, let me just remind you. You're gonna lift your butt up, round out your spine. And as your shoulders come over your wrists, you're gonna lower your belly down to the floor. Come up, baby cobra. Lower all the way down. And then push yourself back to child's pose. So butt lifts, round out your spine, hollow out your belly button, and raise your shoulders, get over your wrist. You're gonna lower yourself down, lift baby cobra. Down, push back to child's pose. I find pushing back to child's pose is probably the easiest way to get back here, and guess what? Child's pose is our next stretch. So take your hands to one side. We're going angled child's pose. Inside arm, you're trying to reach it as far as you can. You're getting that great stretch along your rib cage. Walk yourself center. Then walk yourself to the other side. Inside arm is reaching as far as you can, and then you pull your bottom back towards your heels. Both arms are outstretched, reaching to the side. Now last week we did down dog toe taps. Today I'm going to have us do down dog paddles. We're going to walk the dog, okay? So let's stretch out our calves. Down dog, and we're going to bend one knee, extend the other heel towards the floor, and then switch. And as you'd like, you can either just paddle, stretching out the back of your leg and your calf, or you can hold, then switch, hold. It's up to you, okay? Which tempo you want to go at. Listen, we're all doing a little bit more walking probably as the weather gets nicer, so I figured let's just stretch out those legs, our calves, all the extra activity that we've got going on. Some of you are biking. And then draw both heels towards the floor for the last 3 seconds. Come back to your knees, and we're in cat-cow one more time. So everything we just did, we're going to do it again. Spine is starting to feel a little bit warm down here. So we can fire up our bodies and make our muscles warm, but just through stretching, it is possible. Round yourself out, come back to neutral. Go ahead and sink your bottom back just a little bit. If you'd like to, you can take your bottom all the way down. You just might not get as deep of a stretch as you're doing these bow and arrows. So if you can bring yourself up forward, shift back, so you're kind of at an angle, where your butt is off your heels. I think that gives you a good rotation. But again, you're going to have to play around with it for yourself. Hold where you need to hold, release where you need to release. And then set yourself into neutral in the center, and let's do it with the other side. This side's a little bit tighter for me. Everything on the right side is a little bit tighter for me. My daughter the other day said, if I could just trade the left side of my body, and I was like, oh great, because the right side of my body isn't working. So let's trade. It happens. One of us will have a non-functioning body, and one of us will have a fully functioning body if we trade it. Sometimes there's just those non-symmetric feelings in our body. One side dominates, one side has past injuries. It happens. That maybe we never did anything about, in my case. All right, so let's go ahead and do our thread through. Knees wide, toes together. Elbow all the way through, or arm all the way through, shoulder to the ground, cheek to the ground, arm up overhead. Sink your bottom back towards your heels. Switch and go to the other side. Center, give our spinal roll. So lift your bottom, round your spine, Shoulders over the wrists, lower your belly, kind of like a chaturanga, and then lift up baby cobra. Lower, push back to child's pose. Bottoms up, spinal roll. Lower down, baby cobra. And push back to child's pose. Push back to child's pose. Let's walk our hands to one side. Hold it. Walk yourself centered. Other side. Reach, reach. Pull your back bottom towards your heels. Walk yourself back to center, curl your toes under in a down dog, and let's do our paddles again. Remember, we're stretching out the calf, which leads to stretching out the back of the leg, which alleviates some tension on our lower back. Fingertips spread wide. Try to keep your eye gaze up. Step looking at your knees and toes. Break that habit. Go ahead and take a peek and then look ahead of you. It's your eye gaze up. Just keep your chin from tucking into your chest here so the blood's not pulling in your head. And in these last 5 seconds, hold both heels towards the ground. Pull, pull, draw your heels down. And let's come back to all fours. We have 90 seconds for these next couple of stretches. First one being a child's pose. So a 90-second child's pose. You can take your toes together, or you can go toes wide, knees wide. I went toes wide, knees wide personally. And I'm going to start there, and then I can always readjust. 90 seconds of child pose. Go. Any point, adjust yourself. Your knees are too wide or too narrow. Lengthen your body from fingertips back to your bottom towards your heels. Nice big length through your spine. On the beat, we'll head into pigeon. Pick a leg, start with it. Draw one leg up and out from underneath you. Back leg straight. Support yourself on your hands, your elbows. You can move with this. If you want to move up and down, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we're just holding this pose. We are halfway there, so hang with me. Sometimes the hardest part is just holding these poses. But it'll feel great when it's done, so I want you to push through this threshold. ready for pigeon on the other side. So unwind yourself and then bring the other leg forward. Back leg straight, settle. We're gonna move through pigeon on each side. We're gonna do this a little bit different today. I'm gonna have you push to down dog. Whichever leg was not in pigeon, so take your opposite leg. The leg you're gonna swing through next, go down dog, single leg down dog, sweep through to pigeon. Then push to down dog, other leg, single leg down dog, sweep through to pigeon, and that's how we're gonna move pigeon today, okay? Instead of just plank and move the leg, we're gonna make it a little bit bigger. Single leg down dog, sweep through. Single leg down dog, other foot, other leg, sweep through. Remember we used to do these. Down dog, single leg down dog, sweep through. Really opening up the hips here and making it a little bit more dynamic. Single leg down dogs are nice. We haven't done them other than our bent leg in Soul Fusion in a while, so maybe I have to remember that and bring it into some class soon. My single leg down dogs are not the single leg high, as much height as I used to. I have to work on this. Used to get a lot of height. All right, whichever leg is down, go ahead and place it there. We're going up and over. Actually, let's see the other side. There we go, I want to go this way. So anchor yourself on your leg and come up and over. That's what I wanted us to do. If this is uncomfortable, cross your legs and just come up and over, side bend, single-sided. This is a little bit of a deeper stretch. So if it's too much, crisscross your legs, anchor yourself on one side, and then reach up and over. Got your heart rate up a little bit, didn't I, on those single leg down dogs? Switch sides. All right, anchor yourself, lift up and over. Feels really good on my obliques today. Hopefully it felt that way for you too. Release it, inhale up. Everything should be feeling amazing. You should be feeling peaceful. Thanks for joining today. We will be back here tomorrow. We have kickboxing. It's been like a couple weeks since we've done that, so I'm excited to get back to it. I will see you then. Bye, everybody.